Hi there, it's Mel with One Woman and Two Acres. And it's time for another book review, and it's about time. So, I have chosen How to Grow More Vegetables Than You Ever Thought Possible on Less Land Than You Can Imagine. It's by Jeavons. And it is fantastic. In the description, I'll put the call number on it and the ISBN as well, because this is an older book and I think better for me because it has suggestions. He goes through the history and philosophy of what he does, how to prepare the bed as he does, talks about sustainability, which is something we all love, and compost, which we all love, fertilization, which he's very, he wants it to be natural and stuff, seed propagation, where he talks about planting the seeds, the flats, like I made. I got it from here. He has master charts for stuff, and I mean, it takes studying. So this might be a good book to buy, but I'd check it out first just to make sure. Talks about making a garden plan. He also talks about if it's like your first time. There's a simple mini garden. There's the one-person mini garden, and it has a plan for like 4 years. And then it has one that's a family garden. So it's one that you can really adjust to yourself, and it has the layout, what to plant, when to plant it. It's absolutely amazing. He also talks about companion planting, which I really like that, because that's something that I really like, to keep weeds down, insects, planting all sorts of different crops at the same time in the same area, which my garden is going to look wild if I ever get there. And it talks about a balanced natural backyard ecosystem and insect life, which, I saw honeybees, a couple of them, and then they were gone. Now I've got bees in there, and they're mostly black. I don't even know what kind they are, but they're going crazy over this dopey grass that I have, the border grass, which I hate, but that's another story. He talks about the different tools that are best to use. He doesn't really use a pitchfork. He uses a spade fork like I have. Talks about double digging, getting a soil sample, blah, blah, blah. But he's got charts and so forth for all sorts of stuff. It's fantastic. And how to, prep the garden, fertilize it, and get it ready. Then he talks about hexagonal spacing. It's got 6 sides, and at every point you plant one, and then you plant another in the middle. Shut up, lunch. Talking here. Excuse me. But and then just allowing them to fill in that space. I thought that was brilliant. That way it's not, a constant. Well, it is. It'll make rows, but they're spaced such that it's, I don't know, you can get more in. How to build the flats, no problem. Which I put screen on the bottom of mine instead of slats. So, whatever you have, really. And then he has, it's kind of interesting. He has, charts for, and it talks about germination rates, biointensive yields, time that it should be in the flats before going out, and just all sorts of stuff, and it's on every single one. That's filled out. You turn the page, and there's one for you to use. It's very helpful. Then, I love this, the garden plan. And he talks about, every season. He does a simple garden plan for a 6-month growing season. All of this is for a 6-month growing season, so you just do it according to where you are, and he leaves the date available so that you can actually put in the date, which I made my own, and I did, and it has worked out fantastic. Of course, I'm fooling around this year, but he also talks about planting fruit trees, and this one-person mini garden, it's enough to feed me and another person, I'm sure. Also, if he says, like for me, cabbage, I don't eat cabbage. I've never liked cabbage since being a kid, and I still don't. There's I don't know, something about it I don't like. So you don't want cabbage? Don't plant cabbage. Find another brassica to put in. No problem. Put in cauliflower, put in, whatever. Just find something similar in that same plant family and put it in. He does not talk about like Three Sisters, and as far as I know, and that sort of thing. But I mean, he is just, I love it. And then he's got the family food garden. You ought to see it. I mean, it is amazing. And he has it in spring, summer, fall. It is so awesome. Companion planting, he's got a whole list of things for that. And then he's got a lovely bibliography in the back, which it's done up like fertilizer, under fiber crops, under film and videotapes, under flowers, under gourds, under learning and teaching, living farm museums, magazines. So there's this wonderful bibliography in the back. This is definitely a get-me book. This particular book is the 5th edition revised. Let me see. And it came out in 1995. And I like this one because of the mini gardens and the one-person gardens, because I'm one person. But you can add and subtract to this, and how large the garden should be. This is a fantastic book. It is a must-read for anybody, whether you want to do this type of gardening or not. Oh, excuse me, I'm making this bangy noise. Whether this is the kind of gardening you want to do or not, doesn't make any difference. This is chock full of information, good information, solid information. And I believe it is a must-read. Big thumbs up. So, How to Grow More Vegetables by John Jeavons. This has been Mel with One Woman and 2 Acres. Send me your suggestions for books. Y'all have a blessed day.